He thought he could throw him out of the store like a mere intruder. 2 minutes later, he realized his mistake, but it was already too late. Julian Carter walked leisurely down the avenue lined with luxury boutiques. His midnight blue tailored suit fit his athletic frame perfectly, and his platinum watch subtly caught the daylight. Today, he wasn't here for a meeting or a high-profile event. He simply wanted to buy a collector's watch, a rare model he had been eyeing for months. As soon as he pushed open the store's glass doors, he felt the weight of watchful eyes. Not from the customers, but from a towering security guard standing near the entrance, bald-headed, wearing dark sunglasses. Julian knew this feeling all too well. It wasn't the first time he had been judged, not for his accomplishments, but for the color of his skin. He chose to ignore it and walked toward the display case where the coveted timepiece gleamed. But just as he began admiring its shimmering dial, a stern voice interrupted him. "May I help you?" Julian looked up. The security guard stood with his arms crossed, eyeing him with suspicion. "No, thank you. I'm just looking." The man didn't move an inch. "I'm going to have to ask you to leave." Julian raised an eyebrow. "Excuse me? We have a strict policy here. No loitering." Anger flared within him, but he kept his composure. "Loitering? I intend to purchase a watch here." The guard's expression hardened. "Look, don't make this difficult. Either you leave now, or I'll make you." With a sudden motion, he grabbed Julian's arm and shoved him toward the exit. Customers watched the scene unfold, some whispering amongst themselves, others lowering their eyes, uncomfortable. Julian straightened up, smoothed his suit, and locked eyes with the security guard. "You just made a huge mistake." He pulled out his phone and dialed a number. The guard scoffed. "What? You're calling the cops?" Julian smirked slightly. "No. Someone else." Julian made only one call. "Mike, it's Julian. I need you to meet me at the store immediately." The security guard remained standing tall, arms crossed, a smug smile on his lips. "You're wasting your time. We have a strict policy here, and you don't fit our clientele." Julian didn't respond. He simply waited. Less than 2 minutes later, the store doors swung open abruptly. A man in a perfectly tailored gray suit, accompanied by 2 other individuals in dark business attire, walked in with a swift, purposeful stride. The expressions of the staff changed instantly. The security guard's arrogance vanished the moment the man in the suit approached Julian and shook his hand warmly. "Julian, my friend, what a pleasure to see you here." It was Michael Harrington, CEO of the corporation that owned the luxury store chain. A deafening silence filled the boutique. "I hope everything is going well for you?" Michael asked. Julian didn't respond immediately. Instead, he slowly turned his gaze toward the security guard, whose face had turned ghostly pale. "Not really, Mike. It seems I'm not welcome here." The CEO raised an eyebrow and shifted his attention to the store manager, who stood frozen, panic in his eyes. "What am I hearing?" The manager stammered. "Mr. Harrington, I wasn't aware." Michael cut him off. "This store represents my brand. I will not tolerate customers being treated this way. And you, Mr. Carter, are one of our most important investors." At these words, the security guard turned as white as a sheet. "Sir, I didn't know," he muttered. Michael's tone turned sharp. "That's exactly the problem. You judge people without knowing. And that kind of behavior is unacceptable in my company." The CEO turned toward the store manager. "Fire him. Immediately." "Sir, please I can." The security guard tried to plead. "It's over," Michael said firmly. The uniformed man slowly removed his badge, realizing that in a matter of minutes, he had lost everything. The store manager, meanwhile, rushed to guide Julian to the most prestigious seating area in the boutique. "Mr. Carter, we sincerely apologize. Please allow me to make it up to you and offer you the watch you were interested in." Julian smiled slightly. "No, thank you. I'd rather spend my money where respect is free." He stood up, cast one last glance at the former security guard, and walked out of the store, leaving the employees in stunned silence. The moral of the story: Respect should never be a privilege reserved for a select few. Judging someone by their appearance can cost you far more than you ever imagined. What would you do in Julian's situation? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Not Just Stories for more narratives that are not just tales, but realities too many people choose to ignore.